Chakra card, Starglyph, message for the starseeds. And this deals a whole lot with the root and sacral chakra. Maybe it's time to channel these energies into something we can use? Perhaps. Let's lay some cards on the table. Cards on the table. Messages of encouragement by yours truly, Ayanta J. Muse. Messages that serve different collectives on different days. Moon days, moon, that one's for the ladies. Mars, Tuesdays, that one's for the fellas. Wednesday, Mercury, Uranus, that's for the eclectic collective. Thursday, Jupiter expands to the general public. Venus and Neptune bring love on Friday, so my Friday spreads are for the lovers. Saturdays, Saturn rule for the karmics at the crossroads. And Sundays are for all in a meditative state that just need a little bit of food for thought. They're specific, yet general, divinely aligned, yet timeless, practical, yet on another level, with notes of wisdom in between. So come, let's lay some cards on the table. Be sure to visit the description box of this video for all the links and information to book your personal tarot spread. Ashe. Alrighty then. Welcome to today's message of Cards on the Table. And Wednesdays are for my eclectic collective. And today we got the Chikan Starglyph from the Mayan Oracle, which is today's oracle. And this is talking all about disrespecting your comfort zone a bit so that you can elevate your root and your sacral chakra. Especially if you are a light worker, earth angel, starseed, time traveler, light worker, root worker, you get my drift. And oftentimes our sacral energy channeled through is still being put to use for a lot of other people. And you got to make sure you save some in the sugar bowl for yourself. And of course, we know imbalanced, when this root and sacral chakra energy comes out the wrong way, we tend to be in survival mode. We tend to be overly lustful. We tend to be overly practical, so much so to a point where we don't give the universe room to bob and weave. And with the universal movement card showing up inverted, card number 8, this is speaking to infinite. And it's funny because today's numerology is an 8 as well. Actually, this is card 13, sorry. Universal movement upside down. So the universe may be calling you in a place of stillness and isolation for a season, just so that you can get your root and your sacral chakra in order. You're being advised at this time to stop making choices based on survival, familiarity, and what makes sense. Because in order to really expand spiritually, you have to step out on faith. And in order to step out on faith, that means you have to do what you've never done before in order to obtain what you never had. Okay? So with universal movement card showing up inverted, this may be your time to be still for a moment, just so that you can get this Chikan energy together. Because at the bottom of the deck, we have the 9th Starglyph, which is the Mulak card. And the Mulak card talks all about divine ascension. And that just is a further confirmation of the Chikan card. And that is elevating your root chakra, listening to your instincts. And I'm also hearing allowing yourself to enjoy it, because there's a lot of power in joy. Ashe? All right. Let's see where your energies are in this. Reflection, flow. So that's 2 throat chakra. So this is saying that vocally you're already feeling this energy. You're already speaking it to existence, and the spirit is saying now it's just a matter of doing it. But what's blocking you from doing it is fear, with the caution card showing up in the solar plexus. And the solar plexus is right above the root and the sacral. So once you elevate this root and sacral, then that fear can turn into flow. And right under the caution card came abundance. So when you move your fears out of the way and allow your energy to divinely elevate, you can't help but run smack dab into abundance. So it's understandable how when your energies are shifting and changing, an element of fear can creep in because you are becoming and embodying a version of yourself that you've never been before. And this is why the Spirit is saying make it fun so that you don't feel that sense of fear. Where is this sense of caution coming from? Let's pull a black rose off the vine. Ah, completely done inverted, justice upright. There are things in the past that you aren't sure are completely closed as far as justice is concerned, but the Spirit is giving me to give you that these things are done. The past is the past. What's done is done. Your energy is returned to you, cleansed, aligned, and whole. And look at this. Right when I said that, we got adrenaline. Adrenaline has a lot to do with raising this root and sacral energy here. Justice is already in hand, completely done, inverted, which means you're just getting started. And then we got pursuit at the bottom of the deck. So I'm getting channel your sacral chakra energy into your divine pursuits, as opposed to try to put your hands into justice that has already been closed for you, but just beginning for those that caused it. So, in a nutshell, it's time to allow yourself to trust in your divine energy in a way of being a child at play. And when you think along those lines, anything is possible. And when anything is possible, the outcomes of your future can become divinely limitless. Here's my general message. If you need a personal read, go ahead and request for a video read to be sent to you using the link in this description box. I do not message you. I do not solicit. I definitely do not DM. And I do not use green screens. So if you see any of those, please do not get scammed. And as always, join me every Thursday for the exotic mothers of song and veneration to Oya on 222.9 The Mothership. Beam up. A question on the heart is the Spirit's thirst for clarity. Readings, consultations, I call them intuitive counseling sessions, but you know what I mean. They're kind of like gumbo or peach cobbler. You may have tried many, but you haven't had mine. I can say I met the divine when I was about 9. Ever since I was 16, I found myself wondering, do I have an invisible "please come tell me your business" sign taped to my forehead? Then one day I was sitting at the bus stop at a crossroad, and I had the audacity to ask the goddess, why was I even sent to earth? And I became an ethereal, intuitive counselor. And the universe has been answering that question over and over again, one phone call at a time, for the last 9 years. From there, in between sessions, I began to relentlessly apply, align, and study the ways of the stars and of the ancients. 3 years in, Orisa priestesshood to Oya came knocking. Hence the Iya in the name Iyansa J, Iyansa, an Oya praise name. Oya is the Orisha who brings radical transformation and change. Make no mistake about it now, baby. I am no soothsayer. I am no fortune teller. I'm not a private investigator. I don't cast love spells. I'm not an emotional punching bag. I'm not a spiritual trash dump. I am not a haven for jinn spirits. I give guidance with clarity, with wisdom, with love, with truth. I unlock keys to your spiritual growth and your highest destiny according to your unique design. Ready for some evolutionary change? Let's talk. Flavorful, elite, divine guidance and wisdom, broken down to the practical to bring voyage change into your life for the better. Call 314-200-0368. That's 314-200-0368 for spiritual mentorship and guidance readings by Eonsa JT Muse. All proceeds go to 222.9, the Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. Beam up.